I'm going to sing a song that I've been considering singing for quite a while, but it's not a song that travels. Um, but I just think it's a lovely tune, so I have decided I will sing it, but I have to explain it first. You'll just have to bear with me. It's Gilbert and Sullivan. It's from the operetta Iolanthe, which is the one about the peers of the realm and the fairies. And it was premiered in 1882. And it was, in fact, the first theatre production that was fully lit by electric light as opposed to gaslight. And the fairies had in their hair fairy lights that were lit by batteries. So it must have been state of the art in 1882. And this song is sung by the Queen of the Fairies. And that's the role that appears in most Gilbert and Sullivan operas. It's usually a lady of mature years, often on the large side, sometimes formidable and powerful, like Katisha in The Mikado, more often tragicomic. The Queen of the Fairies is all three of those, and we've already discovered at this point where she sings the song is "Oh Foolish Fay." At the point at which she sings it, she has already admitted to a penchant for a man in a uniform, and the fairies have seen the peers of the realm and are all hugely enamoured, as obviously you would be. And she explains in this song that fairy law has to be obeyed, and that means that they're not allowed to marry a mortal. And she explains to them in the first verse that they're not to think that just because she can fly, she is in fact soft-hearted like a dove, because she's not. But then she sings on in an aside to tell us that she is exactly that. She is soft-hearted like a dove. So far, so good. But in the second verse, she goes on to explain how she extinguishes the fire of an unsuitable love. And she starts singing about a man called Captain Shaw. And that's where she loses a modern audience, because Gilbert is being satirical. And of all the forms of comedy, satire is the one that travels the least well. I watched an old Mock the Week last week, and it was only 3 years ago, and it was about Theresa May. And you think, no, we're just not there now. We've all moved on since then. Well, this is 140 years ago. We don't know Captain Shaw, but the Victorians did. He was the leader of the London Metropolitan Fire Brigade. He was well known. He was knighted by the Queen. He introduced metal helmets for protection of the firemen. He was well known as a womanizer and a philanderer, and also for attending first nights of Savoy operas. And he was at the first night of Iolanthe, front stalls. And the Queen of the Fairies sang this song at him. It must have brought the house down, because there was her and then a coterie of Victorian ladies dressed like fairies, all singing this song at him. And legend has it that at the end he stood up and took a bow. So tonight you can either just let the tune wash over you, because it is a lovely tune. It isn't very easy to sing. It requires quite a bit of vocal gymnastics. Or imagine, if you will, that I am a lady of mature years. That won't tax you very much. I'm dressed as a fairy, I've got lights in my hair, and I'm singing this at the man that runs the London Fire Brigade. I'm not by the piano, so I've got this. Oh, foolish Fay, think you because his bravery my bosom force, I disobey our fairy laws, because I fly in realms above, in tendency to fall in love, resemble I the amorous dove, resemble I the amorous dove, amorous dove, type of Ovidius Mason, this heart of mine is soft as thine, although I dare not say so. glorious dove, type of Ovidius, yea, so this heart of mine is soft as thine, although I dare not say so. On fire that glows with heat intense, I turn the hose of common sense, and out it goes that small expense. We must maintain a fairy law, that is the main on which to draw. In that we gain a captain sure, in that we gain a captain sure. Oh, captain sure, type of true love kept under, could thy brigade with cold cascade quench my great love, I wonder. Oh, captain sure, type of true love kept under, could my brigade with cold cascade quench my great love, I wonder.